compression partner of Touch Football Australia and the world champion Emus. Linebreak is proudly offering all Touch Football participants discounts off their entire range. Visit their stand in the activation zone for hot deals on your compression. Two minutes, players and referees. 2 minutes. One minute, players and referees. 1 minute. Seconds, players and referees. 30 seconds. Also, a huge congratulations to number 5 from the Sharks, Davey Ma, on his 100th cap for the Sharks.
So we're back live here at the Inferno National Touch League, South Queensland Sharks, and the Sydney Mets Men's Opens.
Players and referees ready.
Sharks will get us underway. Jesse Curtis takes the tap. Strong collision. So that's the end of the set there for the Sharks. Mets defence up to the task. Here's the first opportunity for the Mets now, taking us forward. Nicholas Good wearing the number 8 for the Mets. One of the players to watch. Big long ball out to the right. Madalitzo Masachi gets one in the corner, the opening touchdown of the match for the Mets. A nice long pass from the left to the right. Finds Madalitzo in space. He knows how to get the job done. See Luke Kane there with the nice long ball. And Masachi in the corner. So the Sharks back onto the attack now. Casey Harding. Nakao Perry for the Sharks here. Gets across the line but ordered back by the referee. Touch made in time. Here's Nakao Perry again on the rapid coming around. The end of the set for the Sharks. Once again, the Mets defence holding tight. We see them roll forward now off their own line. It's a good speed, nice transition to the sub set. Here come the numbers now, sweeping around to the right. Turns the ball back inside, good release again, extra space. Some nice moves here from the Mets team. There's a shift. 6 more. Ball touched in flight. So now the Mets on the attack. 7 metres out inside the 7 metre zone. So the referee will be talking to the players. Here we go. The ball out now. They must come forward. Touch made. Mets well on the attack. Little short ball. Good shutdown defence from the Sharks winger there. It was Jared Whittaker making that touch. Good talk from the Sharks defenders. The trailing inside support player. The big hand goes up to say, my bad. Misread there. And Scott Buckley scores for the Mets. See how that one went down. Buckley in half, gets a quick release. Ball back inside the trailing defender. The big man in the middle puts his hand up. And of course that player in the number 4, Casey Harding, left stranded somewhat. And that's the second for the Mets. Change over here. The Mets will come off their own line. Nicholas Good there, we see. Plays the ball, gets the ball back into action now for the Mets. Good drives down the middle of the field. Costello working hard through the middle as well. There's Good into half. Danger man. Ball goes to ground there. No look pass. Costello had held up on the run. Good transition here for the Sharks. Good space. Up over the halfway line now. Ball to ground. Switch play. Doesn't come off. Jesse Curtis looking for the switch play. Caleb Gould-Wairiki coming around. Doesn't get there in time as we see now the Mets on the attack but lose possession there. Sloppy play the ball. The Sharks will reset in a good field position here. Shift the ball out wide early. Moving the defensive line from one side of the field to the other. Looking for that break in the line. So far, the Mets up to the task. Short ball, wrap around. Again, quick dish, change the direction this time. Gets a man. Chasing out, and the big touch in time. Draws a penalty for a late pass. I believe that was Luke Kane again working hard in the middle. As they go across the halfway line now, Buckley driving his team forward. There he is in half again. Buckley, that one looked to go forward. Buckley trails on the inside. He likes that play. His time doesn't come off for him. Nice defence by Chase Tiamo. So the Sharks regroup, come off their own line. Just reset themselves now. Looking to work towards their sub-box. Need an extra touch to get there. They have done so now. 3 touches. Just across the halfway line they go. 2 to go. Loading up well here. Good field position. Pace out wide. Doesn't get through the line, so well read in defence there. Tom Leaney making the touch for the Mets. Buckley slows it down. Dish off. Quick release. Just loses control of that pass. Nothing wrong with the pass, he just lost control as he went to catch it. So change over now. Sharks with an opportunity here. A couple of touches remaining in this set. There's some nice legs. Good foot speed, but well read by the defence. Nice foot speed in that play there from Knockout Perry, wearing the number 15 for the Sharks, but unfortunately not able to convert into points, but one to watch here in this match. As we see Nicholas Good take his team forward, well in control. Goody, Australian Men's Open's captain. Here's again. Costello takes the ball forward well for his team across the halfway line. Turn the ball back inside there. Good control in that play the ball. Shifts out wide and draws the penalty. The penalty goes the way of the Sharks here. It's been a forward pass off the ruck. So up to the halfway line they go. These are the transition that are important for the Sharks as they trail 2-0. Good field position here. Pulls out of the touch, gets extra metres, but wants to reset the attacking line. That's a big touch there. Referee blows a penalty. You see the assistant referee there communicating all the time for the push. So now the Sharks full set of 6. Close to the line. Good opportunity. No touch made. I'll reset here. Jesse Curtis just pulling the defence up off the line. Dave Maher there. I believe I heard an announcement, the 100th cap for the Sharks for Dave Maher before this match, so congratulations to Dave. He is driving the ball into the line in the number 5 jersey. No damage to the scoreline for the Mets here as they take the ball up to the halfway line now on transition. Work towards their sub-box. That's a good settle there. James Blackwood. Real change of pace in this match here from the other game that was a little bit more like a game of chess where they were just feeling each other out. These two teams going hard at each other, hard and fast. Lots of ball movement. Neither team afraid to go out wide if they need to. Changes of direction. There's Maher sweeping around now, ball in hand, looks to bring it back, goes short. That was the last touch, looking for the second phase play on that one, but just a touch too late, and then gives away a penalty. A bit of a coach killer there, that one. Had a good end, a reasonable end of the set, and then give away a penalty which relieves the pressure somewhat. The Mets sweep on. There's Good now. So he'll take control back out there. There he goes from half. Finds a space. Gets across the line. Support players in motion. And finds a man hanging out the back. Too clever. Nicholas Good. It's a nice play. As I said, he'll take control as soon as he gets out onto that field. He sized up the situation. Went across from half when he needed to and found the support players. Didn't rush here. We'll see it here. Sweeper goes around, just stands up the defence, and that's all it took for Goody. He found the space out wide. You can see there defenders just falling off. And there's the touchdown or try for the Mets. And that was Adam Baumhelm. So 3-0 they lead. Sharks, plenty to do here if they hope to stay in this game. They have to be the next team to score. They certainly haven't given up hope. They're working hard. There goes the long ball out wide. Finds a man in space. That's a great pass. All clear, signalled by the referee. So Caleb Gould-Wairiki gets one in the corner for the Sharks. Let's have a look at how it played out. Switch of play, down they go. Big long ball from Kyle Hadwin finds his man in the corner for the try. Might have been Wayne Unawai, my apologies. Trying to get an eye on those numbers, which are a little bit difficult from here. So 3-1 the scoreline. There's a shift out to the left, the big dive, try to get underneath. I think the try scorer was Wayne Unawai, so my apologies to Wayne. So now the Sharks bring it off their own line. Looking to get the ball over the halfway line. That's the first yardstick. They have done so. 2 touches remaining. Here's the final touch now. Tipped on. No real control there, but a forward pass for the tip on. The Mets take the penalty tap. Workers up the field. Buckley there, you can see. Working the ball well. Back to the middle. Here's Good again. Nicholas Good at half now. Masachi hanging out wide. Player loses his footing, but a sloppy pass. That could have been good night. But a sloppy final pass goes wide. An opportunity begging there for the Mets. The Sharks come back onto the attack now. Both teams will take the opportunity here just to settle the place a little bit. The Mets get the ball back underway. There's Good. Quick release. Masachi in the dummy half. Costello trucks the ball forward as he does. Mr. Reliable. Change of possession here in good field position for the Sharks. Just their own side of halfway. But good pressure from the Mets moving up in defence. Shutting the ball down. Good pressure again. Buckley working hard out there. 3 touches on the halfway line now. 2 remaining here in this set. Final touch coming up. There's Marr with the ball. Goes across. But the touch affected. Dave wants a touch to try in his milestone match here for the Sharks. There's that man Costello again, trucking the ball forward. Mr. Reliable, Kane turns the ball back inside. He's dangerous for the Mets, Luke Kane. Had a great season in NRL Touch Premiership last year. And he's carried it on into this season with the Mets. Here we go now, good pace from the Sharks. Jared Whittaker. Intercept taken. Gets away from the first defender. It's a good transition here for the Mets. Touch was made by an offside player. Play on called. The advantage by the referee. Dean to have made the advantage line. Count remains. 2 to go here. Called 6 more. Claims from the Sharks player that it was thrown into him, but the referee will make the final call, and she does so. No good arguing. Sweeper goes around. Touch made there. It's a good cover defence going across. Picks up the sweeper going around to the right. Looks short. Finds a man. No touch call. So try to the Mets. Nice honesty from the Sharks defender. Seemed to be in a position to call the touch. He said, no, didn't get him, sir. We see the sweeper going around. So Kyle Hadwin gets the pass away, picks up the scorer, and that will be the 5th try for the Mets. 5-1 the scoreline. Sharks must score before the end of this half. Couple of minutes remaining here. And a penalty will go their way, so they'll get a full set now. Kicking the ball in the ruck. Dave Maher just settles it down. Gets his team to regroup. Back to Maher. Tiamo with the ball now. Jesse Curtis. Perry, Knockout Perry there. 15. Mar goes to half. Man falls over in front of him. Doesn't make the most of that one. Goes for the second phase, but an incorrect roll ball, so they'll lose possession there. So just not making the most of their opportunities, the Sharks here this afternoon. Little juggle from Good, but he regains composure. Spreads the ball out wide. Back to the middle of the field. So just good control of the momentum here. The flow for the Mets is good again from half on the last touch and loses possession. So just sloppy play the ball there. Might have bounced off the feet. Bobbled up. Nick not able to take it. So we see Knockout Perry take his team forward to start this set off. Across the halfway line there, gets the extra metres, that's valuable. A little bit too slow on that transition, just walking the ball up the field. They need a little bit more momentum here to put some pressure on the defensive line for the Mets. Hegedus, no, it was Jesse Curtis, my apologies. Shutdown passes thrown into him, some claims there of 6 more, but the referee not having a bar of it. The Who goes in the background, half time. Here in the men's opens game, South Queensland Sharks and Sydney Mets. The Sydney Mets lead 5 tries to 1.
That's his half time in this current round of matches. Second half action coming up in a little over 4 minutes' time. If you are looking for something to do during the halftime break, look no further than Inferno Sport. Inferno is the official teamwear, apparel and event merchandise partner of NRL Touch Football. Inferno are global leaders in touch football uniforms and have a range of styles to suit any need. Visit the Inferno merchandise stand located on the ground floor of the Northern Grandstand. For your next uniform order, look no further than Inferno. 2 minutes, players and referees. 2 minutes. One minute, players and referees. 1 minute.
So we're back live for the second half here. The South Queensland Sharks and Sydney Mets. Sydney Mets are leading. I have the score at 5 tries to 1. We await the tap off for the Sydney Mets. Josh Moffat gets us underway with a tap off. Brings the second half good, takes the team forward. Moffat into half again. Good Moffat working in the middle. Trying to draw that second defender out of the line. They've done so there. Good quick release. Hands out to the wing. So you can see there that interplay in the middle. That's all it took. Moffat, quick hands. And Paddy Coelho gets over in the corner. So nice hands from the Mets team. Finds Paddy unmarked. 6-1 now. The scoreline starting to blow out for the Sharks here. They need to convert some of those opportunities they've had into points. Long ball this time out to number 14. Mai Phillips. Fortunately, just gets away from him. Costello, you can see there, just slowing the play down. A few unneeded steps there from the Mets player as he took the ball forward. The other up over the halfway line. Kane from half. Good speed, good foot speed from Kane. Gets through the gap, but cover comes across. Just in time too. Masachi was looming up in support. The Sharks come from deep within their own territory. Up to the halfway line on the third touch, so not too bad there field position-wise. An opportunity here. 2 remaining in this set. So the final play, here we go. From acting half, skips out, gets space. Through the line he goes, looking for support, trailing back on the inside. Intercept taken. So that was a wasted opportunity there for the Sharks. Unfortunately for the South Queensland team, they did everything they needed to score there except get the ball down over the line. And the Mets capitalise on the broken field play. Buckley takes it forward. There's the space for themselves. Man in goal, and there he is, trailing on the inside again, as only he knows how to do. Scott Buckley will pilfer another try. It's like a thief. Just sneaking up on the inside. You can see him there trailing in the background. He spots the opening. That's all that's needed. And there he is on the spot. Nice tie from the big fella. Jack Buckley gets another one. So a real blowout that nobody would have really expected, this South Queensland team. Only a young team. So a rebuilding phase here for the Sharks. A lot of experience in this Mets lineup. There's another intercept taken. Costello will be tough to catch from there. He'll stride out the big man and will get to the line unopposed. Stroll in the park for Justin. He's a big man, big, tall, lanky fella. He just puts his big body in the gap there, took the intercept and went the length of the field. So we can see here, up out of the line, just a simple catch. Ma was in space outside him if the ball had been able to get there. But unfortunately for the milestone Sharks player, Costello was the man on the spot. And he goes the length to extend out. The lead for Mets. Yeah, been sucked out of the stadium here if you're a Shark supporter. It's gone a little bit quiet out there. You hear that in the effects mic. It's all the way of the Sydney Mets here. It's a slow down a play. Not much doing for the Sharks. Bit of confusion there in attack. Ma gets the ball down. Looks to go back inside. Falls over the line more than dives. Yeah, poor set here for the Sharks, not really asking many questions. So we see a long, long ball. Masachi. A bit of a cuddle in that touch. No real malice in it. Although Masachi lost his footing, there wasn't any malice in the contact, so the touch is called. Good. Takes it down the line. Even though his team's leading very well here, you won't see Nicholas Good take his foot off the pedal. So we see good foot speed from Leon Robinson for the Mets. Finds that man in support once again. Scott Buckley. We can see it here. The two of those guys together, Robinson and Buckley. Robinson goes through the line. That's impressive foot speed and picks up Scott Buckley in support. That's his third try of the match for Buckley. Score now 8-1, possibly 9-1, just losing a little bit of a count there between myself and the scoreboard. Try and get some confirmation of that scoreline. As it is, the Sharks back on the attack. A penalty against the Mets for pulling out of the touch. Young knockout Perry there. Good roll ball, gets the ball down quickly. And then coming around on the sweeper play. Also picked up a bit of a knock there as he went to the ground. Unintentional, of course. The young man is back to his feet. Casey Harding, the Sharks player in the number 4 jersey. Back on his feet, ready to get back into the play. Here he is again. Good roll ball. Referee right on the spot there says the ball was down before Justin Costello got the big arm outstretched to make the touch. So a try for the South Queensland Sharks. We see it here. A wraparound play, simple play. Just holds up the defender on the outside. Costello not coming across in time. So number 12, Chase Tiamo, gets one for the Sharks. He's worked hard for his team. You can see there, he just held it up long enough with the wrapper coming around. Held up that outside defender just in time for him to dive over before big Justin Costello could get there. So good work for the young man, Chase Tiamo. As Buckley looked to play that one off the ball, off the mark, and thought better of it. and then loses possession on the switch play with his good mate, Nicholas Good. Doesn't always work for them, as we see there. The Sharks will attack off their own line. Hopefully that try sparked a little bit more interest in their attack. As they cross the halfway line this time. This is the last touch. Jesse Curtis pumps it short. Tap on attempted. Doesn't work for them that time. There's Buckley again. Holds it up really nicely there. Blackwood to get onto that ball. My apologies, that was James Shute. Big cutout pass. Shute picks that one up. Final touch coming. Shute loses his footing there, just goes to ground. And a penalty for a late pass. Goes the way of the Sharks. Up to the halfway line they go. Defenders coming up out of the line, cutting away their space. Here they come now. Through the gap he goes. Space inside, flick pass. Not in time, but nice play there from the Sharks outfit. Jared Whittaker nearly found himself in space there, but unfortunately the final touch made. Buckley sweeps on. Here come the Mets now loading up. There's that sweep and play from Buckley. He has space. Big cutout pass. Finds the winger unmarked. Too much experience in the Mets lineup. He loaded up well there. Came from deep on the short side. Swept to the open side. Created the extra man play. Found the long ball. Perfectly timed. Perfectly positioned. That is how you do it for all the young viewers out there watching. He gives himself a tap as he runs through. Puts a big finger up. Yeah. So 9-2 the scoreline. Tap up, intercept, attempt. Josh Moffat taps it up. Adalitso Masachi coming through, wasn't able to take it. So an extra opportunity now for the Sharks. 7 metres out. There's Ma. Not much doing for the old fella. Sorry, Dave, shouldn't call you old. The experienced player out there. The referee finds a penalty. Defence not moving forward. The ball was outside the 7 metres, as you just pointed out. Continually communicating the referees here to the players, so there's no surprises when the whistle's blown. But repeated infringements. We'll see a man pulled out of the line. There's Mark going across again. He's working hard and he wants that try in his milestone match. Doesn't come off again on that occasion for him. Got about 8 minutes remaining in this one for himself to bag a meat pie. There's the dive over. Buckley said, "I was there, sir." The referee was on the spot. Says all clear. The ball was down first. No use arguing, Scotty. The referee's made his decision as we see it here now. Quick roll ball. The man that rolled the ball steps back to the inside. I think the referee was right. The ball was down. So a nice play for the Sharks there. 9-3. You can argue all you want there. The referee was never going to change his decision. He'd had his consultation with the sideline ref, who also gave him the all clear. So the ball was down. And I have to say on replay I agree, but the Mets stroll over. To extend the lead, 10-3 now the score. Look at it on replay. Just again, a simple wrap play. Good foot speed. Outside man coming in, misses. And Jesse Curtis doesn't get across in time. So it made it look simple, although it wasn't. Liam Robinson working hard. Good pace and foot speed gets through the line and over the line as we see a nice cutout pass. But again, just losing possession there, the Sharks. The Mets go on the attack now. Good shifting it wide early. The big man coming in, taking another driving settle down the middle. Big shift to the outside from Nicholas Good. Finds a man outside. Good tip on pass too. From James Blackwood. It's good. Short ball. Last touch there. Adam Baumhelm will take the final touch in that set. As the Sharks roll on, this time again deep from within their own half. Good transition here over the halfway line. It's a good field position. Ma with a one-handed layoff from the half. Here he goes. Play through the call. That time the second touch was made by the onside player. He already had the advantage from the play through. The man that made the contact didn't attempt the touch. It was a play on. He's fired up, Ma. As are the Mets. They're hungry for more. They can smell blood in the water. Buckley, ball back inside. There's a one-handed tap off. Could have been forward from Buckley. That was good enough. Tom Leaney. He's the man on the end of that pass from Buckley. Let's have a look at it again. There it is. Leaney to Buckley. Buckley to Leaney. Leaney gets the ball down. That could have been called forward, but the referees allowed it to go on. Buckley adds another one to his team. That's an assist. This time Leaney is the man that reaps the rewards. So the Sharks right up against it here. The match well and truly out of their grasp, but they have 4 minutes to try and get some skin back in this game. There's a long cutout pass. Tap on attempted. No control of that one. Referee probably could have blown it forward there, but just goes with the lesser of the evils and awards a changeover. So the Mets march up the field, working towards their sub box. It's the first of our transition players on. Here they come in numbers. Kane, ball back inside. Good speed. There's Kane with the ball again. Change of direction. Attempts to step back inside, but doesn't come off on that occasion. Conditions out there have certainly dried up in the later stages after an early morning downpour. The field was a little bit slippery, but seems to be drying nicely out there. A little bit of a breeze here in Coffs Harbour, as well as beautiful sunshine. So the Sharks take it deep into the Mets territory here. Ma pulls it back. See the staggered line of defence from the Mets. Buckley folds underneath. There's Ma. Is this his chance? No, the touch is made. Certainly giving it a red-hot go, Dave Ma. But not to be on that occasion. Speed from Buckley, nice release, gets the extra metres, beautiful space for the Mets players down their own sideline. And the extra numbers will come on, sweeping on from the sub box. There's Good now. Good into half. Hard touch, foot in the ruck. So a full set of 6 here. We are 10 metres out from the Sharks scoreline. Another scoring opportunity here. Couple of minutes remaining. Can the Mets get another one on the board? Looks like they can, and that was too easy. Way too easy for the Sydney Mets. Young Kyle Hadwin just not able to get across in cover. Good here. Takes the ball hard one way. Picks it up. Quick hands and just enough to turn that middle defender around who'd really dropped his shoulder and just got found wanting as he tried to come back out at pace. In the scheme of things, I don't think the coach will be too happy with that defensive play. When you look at the scoreline, it's the least of their worries at the moment. I want to close this one out here. Hopefully they can get another try, the Sharks. There's a long ball. This could be it. Might have floated forward, but the pass was backwards, so that is another try to close out the game. I believe that is Mai Phillips scoring. You can see it here. Wilson Groth with the long cutout pass. It's a towering ball and finds Mai Phillips out in the corner. So I have the score at 12-4 now. As the hooter goes in the background, this will be the final play, and that is all she wrote here in this men's opens game. The Sydney Mets convincing winners, defeating the South Queensland Sharks in this men's opens fixture. So good start for the Mets. Plenty of experience out there, coached by the retired Australian Men's Opens coach Tony Trad. He's back in the Mets ranks, so he'll be happy with that result. Sharks, a little bit of work to do moving forward. Unfortunately, Dave Maher didn't get that try he was searching for in his milestone match, but we have the Women's Opens games coming to you now. The Southwest Queensland Swans and the ACT Raiders coming your way in around about 5 minutes' time.